Welcome to this edition of NCDOT Now. I'm Mike Charbonneau. Agriculture is a $78 billion business in North Carolina, and farmers throughout our state are concerned by the decline in population of pollinator birds and insects needed to help crops grow. Well, the North Carolina Departments of Transportation and Agriculture are now partnering to strengthen pollinator habitats to help protect your food supply. 1/3 of the food that we eat can be directly contributed to the work of bees, butterflies, moths, beetles, other insects, and birds that pollinate plants. That includes cucumbers, berries, watermelons, apples, and squash. Experts say disease, environmental changes, and loss of habitat are contributing to a decline in pollinators. As part of the 30-year-old wildflower program, NCDOT and the Department of Agriculture planted sunflowers and canola this summer in dedicated flower beds along highways, creating new habitats to support the pollination needs of North Carolina farmers. Bayer Crop Science provided financial assistance to help expand the program across the state.
Bayer approached Department of Transportation mainly because leadership in Bayer recognized the North Carolina Wildflower Program. And in reality, the North Carolina Wildflower Program has been a pollinator program for over 30 years.
I think it's a very simple premise that the more pollinator habitat we have, the more pollinators we have, so the better the pollination of the crops. And it's not only about farmers, but it's about every citizen in North Carolina because they're dependent on the food supply.
To learn more about the pollinator beds as well as NCDOT's wildflower program, visit ncdot.gov. If you're planning a trip to the North Carolina State Fair or the Lexington Barbecue Festival next month, North Carolina's Amtrak invites you to forget about sitting in traffic and searching for parking and instead just hop aboard a train for a simple and stress-free ride. Taking the train helps reduce traffic on the road to these popular events and allows you to focus on enjoying your day. The Carolinian number 80 train will make a special stop right in front of the North Carolina State Fairgrounds in Raleigh from October 16th through the 25th. The train makes multiple stops between Charlotte and Cary before arriving at the State Fairgrounds just after 10 a.m. The train then leaves a little before 5 p.m., arriving in Charlotte around 8.
The day was a good day for me to bring all my grandson to the fair, so I was going to hook all my grandchildren up and bring them to the fair today.
North Carolina's Amtrak will also make special stops in Lexington for the 32nd Annual Barbecue Festival on Saturday, October 24th. The Piedmont and Carolinian trains will stop in the morning and afternoon, dropping off and picking up riders at the Festival Hospitality Center. Tickets are still available for both of these stops. For more information on these and other special trains this fall, visit ncbytrain.org. And finally this week, a father and son stranded in Swan Quarter Bay are safe thanks to the quick thinking and actions of an NCDOT ferry crew. On August 29th, the crew of the motor vessel Silver Lake spotted George and Justin Peel, who were fighting to stay afloat in the bay after their boat had capsized. Ferry Captain Mark Piner contacted the U.S. Coast Guard and then launched the ferry's rescue vessel to get the boaters out of the water. Crew members rushed to their aid, pulled them to safety, and brought the father and son on board. The two were not hurt. After the rescue, the ferry completed its run to Swan Quarter. This is the 4th life-saving rescue by North Carolina ferry crews in just the past 2 years. Well, that's all for this edition of NCDOT Now. As always, stay connected with us through Facebook and Twitter. That's at NCDOT. And for all of us here at NCDOT, safe travels.